Hello and welcome to Romantasy Readers Podcast. I am Nicole and I am here with the lovely Ali. How are you today, Ali?
I'm doing so well, and I'm so excited to be here today in my awesome brand new SJM Maasverse sweatshirt. Look at it. It has like the three mountains for Acotar. It
Oh my
has the King of the
gosh.
North for Throne of Glass, and then it has, like a crescent moon for Crescent
Oh my gosh.
City.
Stand up,
So,
stand up. Give us a model. Model the attire. Gorgeous, gorgeous, stunning, amazing. I love it.
yeah, I'm not going to stand all the way up because I'll be honest, I'm in pajama pants.
We support that on our podcast. We support
Yeah,
business on the
yeah.
top, party downstairs.
Exactly. I put on some necklaces to be cute, but then had to have cozy pants on the bottom.
I love that so much. And I feel like Sarah J Maas is so about, I don't know, she loves all her she loves cozy, but she also loves her little bits of jewelry and she loves
Yeah.
she has all the stones that kind of mean different things and I
Mhm.
know the energies and that they bring. So I feel like that's very Sarah J Maas. So I love that you
Yeah.
brought that today.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
here with a beverage. I am drinking
Mhm.
a little Gordon's pink gin and soda. So,
Ooh, yum.
mm,
I did
yes.
not get my beverage into a cute glass this time, but I'm drinking a premium alcoholic seltzer of the brand Press. Um,
Ooh, ooh.
and if you're from the US, you have, I don't know, maybe this is the same in Australia, but in the US, there's so many brands now of like alcoholic seltzer.
Mhm.
But people get really, like, attached to their brand,
Yeah.
um, and I'm a Press girl.
Ooh,
No other brand does it for me like Press
wow.
does,
See, I have to
so
admit, I've tried the seltzers, but I'm not I had one and it was horrible. It was really, really bad, and I was just like, "Oh, that's not good. That is vomit in a glass." Like, that is
that's
just
how I feel about some of the other ones, yeah, but this is blackberry hibiscus.
ooh,
It's pretty good.
hibiscus, I like that. I like that.
Mhm,
Oh,
yeah. The other option I had was pineapple basil, but that one's pretty sweet, and I was just feeling not super sweet tonight, so
yep, yep. Well, you gotta go with, gotta have sort of got our Sarah J. Maas size. Like, I would say this is a very Elaine drink. This feels like an Elaine. It's pink, it's girly,
yes.
it's sweet, not too sweet, but it's pretty spring court. It's very spring, it's very
Yeah.
flowers. So, whereas yours, what would you say
I
yours
feel like
is?
it's a Bryce drink, especially the fact that it's still in the can. You know what I mean? Like, our girl Bryce is a party girl, like, she's
Yes,
not gonna put her drink in a special glass, like, she's gonna drink
no,
it right out of the can,
this is
and
Bryce.
y
Yep, this is
it's
Bryce
like
at Rune's place
it's
eating
alcoholic, but also
pizza.
low cal, and I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
well,
that's
she's
a
looking
Bryce
after a
move.
figure. She's got to dance. A girl's got to
She's
dance. So
gotta
you got to
yeah,
you got to think about that stuff.
gotta be able to wear those mini skirts, so, you got
That's
your Elaine
right.
drink, I got my Bryce drink.
All right, guys. So today we are bringing you a very special Sarah J. Maas special edition episode. We have games, we have Akatar, we have Crescent City, maybe even a touch of Throne of Glass. We're going to bring you games and fun today, but we're going to start with a very typical episode we have, which is around what have you been reading this week, Ali? What book are you
Yeah.
reading currently?
So I feel like last time we asked this question, I was talking about how after I read the Imberly Ash kind of King Arthur Fay books, I got this other book that was King Arthur Fay, and book one was like not very good. But I'm so glad I stuck with it because I like book two was like a 4-star book for me, and then book three was like
Wow.
a 3-star book for me. So they were really good. So it's like the Queen of Roses series
Oh,
by
awesome.
uh Brianne Bolin, I think is the name. But yeah, so they stayed better. So I really liked those. And then I have 3 different ARCs, advanced reader copies, that all have deadlines before January 30th, before CC comes out. So I have been frantically trying to read them so that I can get them done and then move on to CC3 and not have
I'm
anything delayed.
I am so glad I have not committed to that arc kind of venture because I consider myself a fast reader, but lately there is so much coming out that it's,
Yeah.
I'm busy just with the massive books and then the few other little books we have coming on here. And I mean, and I'm just so happy with the books that I'm reading. I don't think I want to throw arcs in there as well and then have all the time pressures. I don't know, that just sucks the fun out
I
of
might
reading a
have
little bit. I
overextended
think
myself.
sometimes it's like, oh, this isn't fun
Yeah.
anymore. This is work and this isn't meant to be work.
I've been feeling I'm a little overextended, I'll be honest. I've
Yeah.
learned my lesson on requesting arcs. I will not be requesting
I,
this
I
year.
think you just get so excited because they're offering you free books and you're just like, free books.
Exactly,
Yes. Oh my
exactly.
God.
That's what happens.
This was my goal. This was my goal. And then you get them and you're like, oh, okay, there's timelines and deadlines and oh, I've got to do a review.
You gotta
And
do the review, and then you're like, "Yeah, but there's also, like, there are so many books coming out at the end of January," and I'm like, "Okay, but, like, come January 30th, I'm not doing anything but reading."
oh my gosh.
I'm
Well,
just
I
gonna sleep.
am so glad that you brought up Emily Ash because this week I have been reading Emily Ash. I've just finished her first book, Crown of Earth and Sky. I'm so glad you got me onto her because, yeah, it is such a good book. I had not read anything around that kind of King Arthur kind of history mixed in with the Fae. I love how she mixed that. And this is, it didn't feel indie whatsoever. This felt
No, they're so
proper
good.
up there with Sarah J Maas, Jennifer Armentrout. It was just like reading them. I loved the main characters. I was super connected, love the story. I am now on a cliffhanger, dying for the next book. And yeah, and I'm also so super excited to say, do you want to give the big
I
reveal
think
about Emily
yes,
Ash?
yes. So, we have been talking about Amberly Ash, indie author. She is going to be coming on this podcast. So, we're
Yay!
so excited. It's gonna be our first author interview. I feel like we're really moving up in the podcast world here, getting an author interview.
I
We're
know.
gonna talk all about her book. We're maybe gonna play some fun games with her because we're gonna keep it just like we always do, which is just fun vibes. But yeah, we're super excited. We don't know exactly when we're going to release it, but we are confirmed that we're interviewing her very
Yes.
soon.
Yes. And so, look,
Yeah.
I highly recommend, guys, if you have some time, if you're filling in some time before, the new Sarah J Maas Crescent City 3 comes out, I
Yeah.
highly recommend Crown of Earth and Sky or afterwards when we're probably in a state of depression and staring at blank walls trying to filter what we've processed. It is an awesome book to read and I highly,
Yes.
highly recommend it. So,
And they're on Kindle Unlimited, so you can get them that way, which is fantastic. Um and yeah, they're super super good. I
yes.
really really recommend
Yes.
them.
And I might even share, I'm about to start the second one and I've got it on my very fancy new color ink pad, like Kindle that I've got. It's not a Kindle, it's something else, and it actually shows the beautiful cover. So I will share that as well. And it's very, very pretty. So
Ooh,
even if you wanted to
yeah,
buy one to have on your wall, it is very pretty. I highly recommend it. So,
nice.
Miss Ali, let's get into our games, our Acotar.
I'm so excited.
All right.
Yeah, so we should say you guys are listening to this probably after House of Flame and Shadow has come out. So there are no House of Flame and Shadow spoilers in here. We have not read it yet. We're recording this prior to the release date because we had to build in our own read time. All right. We had to record this early, so we had time to read. So don't be worried about spoilers. This is all just going to be, but it is Maasverse, so it's all the other books. But if
Yes.
you're still in the process
Highly
of getting through House of Flame and Shadow, you're safe.
Yeah, highly recommended that you've read Crescent City 2, A Court of Silver Flame, preferably Throne of Glass, but it's just going to be really fun today. And
Yeah.
we are still 12 days out from House of Flame and Shadow. We are dying. This is the point where you're so close yet so far. You're like, we're
Yeah.
nearly there, we're nearly there. And then you're like, oh, it's still like 2 weeks away. That's still
It's still 2 weeks, yeah,
a
but it feels
really
like
long
it's
time.
tomorrow.
And
Yeah.
everyone is getting so ramped up online. It's so exciting. Everyone's just, the excitement's just exploding and everyone's
Yes.
getting theories now. We're throwing theories around. And anyway, but it's going to be super fun to talk about some games for
Yeah.
Sarah J. Maaswell. All right, so we are starting with Would You Rather? Now, do we want to run it as you ask me all the questions and then I ask you, or do we want to go one by one? What do you think?
Let's trade back and forth. I feel like
Okay.
that's more fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start. I have my first one, and this one is hard for me to answer.
Okay.
Nicole, would you rather live in the House of Wind or the River House?
Oh,
Do you
House
want
of
that
Wind.
elegant opulence of the river house, or do you want,
Oh, it's
the
so
quirky?
hard because yeah, I mean, River House is so opulent and like you're in town so you can get out anytime. But the House of Wind is magical. It's
Yeah,
magical. It's got the views. I mean, I can ask the House of Wind to just make me food and pour me a bath and it's just going to
and
do it.
give you
So
a good smutty book.
exactly, and make me Pegasuses and stuff. So I'm gonna go House of Wind. I just have to because I want a house that's actually magical and is gonna be my friend as well. I had
That's
this
my answer
question for
too, but
you
it's
as
so
well.
hard. Yeah. It's
This is
hard,
one of
it's
my
really hard to
questions.
answer. That was one of your questions?
Yes.
Okay, well, that might happen a bunch, but that's okay.
All right, all right, so you have to give
Okay,
me your
let's
answer
see.
as well. What would your choice be?
It would have to be the House of Wind. I can't,
Yeah.
like, I remember when I was doing my Akasif reread, there's a scene that where, Emery and Gwen spend the night, and they have, like, a girls' night, and the House of Wind makes them baths of just bubbles that
Yes.
don't get them wet, and they can just sit in their own individual bath of bubbles and read a book, and, like, that's my dream. So,
Exactly. I was just like, that is the ultimate girls' night. That would just be the best. That would just be the ultimate. You're
yes.
literally asking it for anything and it's giving it to you with extra flourishes and additional extras like
Yeah.
Pegasuses and little birds dancing around and it would just sounded so amazing. It was just the
Yeah.
ultimate. So yes, I think definitely House of Wind for sure. Okay.
Mhm.
Which villain would you rather? The Asteri or the Valg?
Ooh, this is a hard question.
Ooh, getting darker here. We've gone from House of Wind to like Asteri or Valg.
I think I think the Vogue,
Mhm.
because I feel like I think that the Asteri are very evil. And while
Yes.
the Vogue were, of course, evil, because of my theory that, like, the Vogue and Princes of Hell are maybe the same thing, I have to hold out hope that, like, not all of the Vogue are evil.
Yes. And I think there's
So
a
I'm gonna pick the Vogue.
difference between like just like I don't know, organically evil and then intelligent sociopath psychotic evil.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
Asteri kind of fall into that really intelligent like psychotic evil, whereas the Valg, they're almost just like kind of monsters. They just sort of, I don't know, yes, they need to feed as well. I mean, they both need to feed, but the Asteri do it with so much evilness in that they are very aware of the cruelty they're dishing out and they just don't care. Whereas the Valg have more of just like a, I don't know, it's organic. It's just like they're sort of a monster and they just sort of require that. So they just, I don't know,
Right.
the lesser of two evils. It's like, yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's just like they're
Yeah, no,
just
I totally get it. It's like one thing to be evil because that's, like, your nature, and one thing to be evil because you're, like,
choosing to
intelligently
be.
choosing to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the Asteri. So I pick the Vogue.
Yeah, because
That's
let's
your
be
answer too,
because
is the
when
Vogue?
you think about it, the Asteri, like, yes, they need that power and they need it from people, but they could probably do it in a more honest way. Or they don't have to take the second light. They could just take the first light and go, that's enough.
Right?
You can still have your souls go to wherever rather than eating the souls and being like, bad luck, you get no afterlife. Like, it
And they
just
could just be honest. They could be like, "Hey, we're a being that needs this first light from you guys, but we also have a lot
exactly.
of power. You give us your first light, we'll protect you." Right? They could have
Exactly.
done it that way. They didn't have to do it in this, like, evil,
Evil way.
conquery way.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
100%. Very true. All right. Awesome. Next question.
would you rather discover that you are mates with Tamlin or discover that you are mates with Baxian?
Oh,
I tried to pick really hard ones.
yeah. It's like tricky because I'm like, oh, if I'm made for Tamlin, I get to be High Lady of the Spring Court, which is cool. That's like
Yeah.
good from like, do I want a mansion and stuff? It's like, well, that's cool. But then I'm like, Baxian's probably a nicer person. Like he's wait, I'm thinking of the right character, right? I'm thinking of the one that like turned at the end of Crescent City, like he ends up kind of being good. So
Yeah, that ends up being Danica's mate.
yes, yes. So
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like my head is saying Tamlin, but my heart is saying Baxian because I'm like, oh, but he's like a nice guy. But then I could be rich in a mansion, but I'd have to deal with Tamlin. Can I kill Tamlin off? Like, I'm gonna go Tamlin because I'm planning to not have my mate survive, and I'm just gonna like choose Azriel or something.
That's not a bad idea. I'm here for that. I mean, I don't know what killing your mate would do to you in these worlds. It seems like that might be really hard,
And
but
there might be
you never know.
criminal charges, possibly.
You're the high lady, like,
But
you
I
can
mean,
get out of
I'm
that.
gonna do it. I mean, obviously, if he had a redemption arc and he was nice, well, then yeah, sure, I'm gonna stick with Tamlin. But I mean, he's pretty much an asshole and terrible at this point. I feel like at some
Yeah,
point it's gonna be my duty to off him because he's a bad person. So
yeah, and
I feel like I'd be doing the world
maybe
a
if he
favor.
just, like, agrees to just be stalking around as a beast and not really hanging out with you and not really causing trouble, and you can just be like, "Look, I'm gonna run the Spring Court. I'm gonna, like, bring it back to its former glory. You keep walking
You
around as a
hang.
beast, and we'll call it good." I think I would pick Baxian
Mhm.
because, yeah, Tamlin sucks. But yeah, no more words needed.
Baxian actually,
Okay,
I loved his kind of redemption arc. I did really love him in Crescent City too. Like, he's awesome. I loved how he came around
yeah,
to being Danica's mate, and he's awesome. He just doesn't
yeah,
have a mansion and stuff, like, or
yeah.
Spring Court. Like, I kinda wanna live there more, but I can.
And he's kind of like a second version of Hunt, like, had
Mhm,
to be in this Triari with these evil people, didn't love it, found
100%.
love, that really, like, changed him. That's, like, all
Mhm,
Hunt, like, so I think I would pick Bakshin.
mm. Well, it's interesting because we seem to be on the same kind of path here. Because this is another mates question, slightly different though.
Okay.
Who would you rather be your mate? Rhysand, Rowan, or Hunt?
Oh my god, how could I even possibly answer this question? It's definitely not Hunt. Like,
Yeah, no, the other two are just too awesome.
this is not Hunt. Sorry, it's just not Hunt.
Mm.
It's so hard because I
Mhm.
love Reese and I love what he, like, did for Feyre, but he's kind of an asshole in A Court of Silver Flames, which is, like, the most recent ACOTAR book that
Is
I've
this
read.
from
Like, I
Akasif?
didn't reread
Yeah,
the
I
rest of the
know, we
series, I
all
just
called
read
on him a
that.
bit in Akasif. He kinda showed a different side, and we didn't like it that much.
We did not like it that
No,
much. So,
naughty
I think
Rhysand.
I
It was
have
very
to go with the
disappointing.
Rowan.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with
Yep.
Rowan, yeah.
Yep. I am the same as you. I am Rowan. He was I fell in love with Rowan. Like, that was my first book. I read Crescent City first and I liked Hunt, like that was great. And then I read Throne of Glass series, and by the third one I was falling in love with Rowan. Like, and then when I had that shock of realizing that they were end game, my heart, like, that time, and it's rare, where it's one thing to get attached to a character in a book, and it's another thing to actually feel like you are genuinely falling in love with them. Like, you
Genuinely love
literally
him.
have
Yes,
real
yes,
emotions, and that is how I
yes,
felt with Rowan. That was my first,
yes.
"Oh my god, I'm falling in love with this character." Like, I am in love with him, and then I was just obsessed, almost reading the book again and again and again just to relive the Aelin Rowan love
Mhm,
story. So, for me,
mhm.
it's always gotta be Rowan. It just has to be. Ultimate book boyfriend.
He
Even though
he
he's
really
blonde.
is. Yeah. Well,
Normally I
there's
go
that
brunettes, but
that's nothing a nice box of color can't fix.
oh, but no, but you know what? I normally am a brunette, but when it's like Witcher white, when it's like Fey white, that's my exception because it's like they've still got that tawny olive complexion with the white hair, and I
Yes,
don't know, that's still hot.
that
That just
works.
still works.
Yeah. Well, and it matches, like, his, is he a hawk? I think he's a hawk because his hawk is
Mhm.
white, so that's good.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Okay, next question. Would you rather be stuck under the mountain or in the prison, the, like, mining prison that Aelin has to go to?
Okay, good question. I would rather be under the mountain because at least it's still like a city, and it's still, I don't know, like, literally the prison is scary and dark and, like, sucks the life out of you, and you're surrounded by a heap of hideous monsters. Like, it literally cannot be, I mean, the only place worse than that is, like, Urid. So, I think that under the mountain, while evil and conniving and full of monsters and stuff as well, it just still feels like the better of two evils. It's just still There's still sort of a civilization there. They still have balls, they still have, I don't know, I could wear
That's
some
true.
slinky outfits and be all
That's true.
dark, and yeah, I could still get my game on there. So yeah, I'm gonna say
Like,
under the
you have good
mountain.
food, you can still get
Yeah,
drunk,
great food.
lots of
I mean, these are
alcohol.
priorities, guys. You gotta think about the quality of life,
Mhm,
the quality of life. Whereas in the
mhm.
prison, you're not gonna be getting nice food. gonna be
Nope.
stale bread and water and stuff, like, not, beautiful banquets. So, yeah, definitely under the mountain. How about you?
Originally I was gonna say the prison because I was like, Amarantha is so unpredictable that at
Mhm.
least in the prison, you're like, if I just keep my head down, it's gonna
Mm.
be okay.
Mhm.
But under the mountain, it's like you could keep your head down, and then Amarantha is just like, no, I just decided I want to kill you for fun today. But the food and alcohol really changed my mind. I know what I like, and it's food and alcohol. So I
Yeah, and,
think,
like,
and it's food
1,000
regrets,
years in
but
that
mostly
prison would
food
be
and
a pretty
alcohol.
long time to be living off stale bread and water compared to,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if it's a shorter life because someone's gonna poison you or kill you at some point under the mountain, at least it'd be entertaining. There might be some fairy wine. It'd be
yeah, yeah.
nice.
I don't even like leftovers. Like I not could not. I don't think I could survive on stale bread and water.
No, no, not gonna work. Okay. Would you rather be a bat boy or a Valkyrie?
Oh, Valkyrie, 100%. That is so easy for me. Even if I don't get to fly, like the Valkyries didn't get to fly. I don't, at least not in like this version of
Mhm,
Valkyries, though
mhm.
they do fly in
Yeah,
a lot of other versions. Um, I just want to be like a awesome lady warrior, Like that I
yep.
aspire to that. I want to be that so bad. Um, and of course it'd be cool to hang out with the Bat Boys,
Of course, it'd be
but
fun, but
why not just hang out with them on the battlefield?
that's right. They still have a lot of respect for the Valkyrie, and I agree. They're just like, and I think that they're unachievable because that they're not the Valkyrie don't have powers per se,
Or
unlike the
magic,
others. So
right?
you could be just like us, and if you're willing to work hard enough, train hard enough, you can become a Valkyrie. And yeah, I'd love to be
And then
badass.
you could
And
get trained by Cassian, you
oh,
know?
and
Just getting
as
to watch Cassian and Az, like,
I
train
mean,
you.
what
I
could be
mean,
better? And it sounds
even
super
if I
fun, and then you
failed
get to
out
have
of the
friendships as
program, I would just
well.
go.
Yep, yep, hanging out with Nesta and Gwyn and Emery, it'd be the best. It'd be the best. Be super fun. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have to wear a mask for 50 years or have your wings cut off? But then they grow back like hunts do. So it's like mask for 50 years, which is sort of like this
Mhm.
irritating thing for a really long time, or have your wings cut off. It's like really bad, but only for a couple weeks.
Oh, this goes into my personality. I think I would get my wings cut off. I think I
Me
would just
too.
go through the suffering and then you could just move on. Yes, you're going to have like 3 months of maybe like torture, but then it's going to be over. Whereas the 50 years with a mask would slowly drive you insane. Like, what about, like, when you have like a plaster, like if you've ever broken your arm and then it gets really itchy and you can't scratch it, and even just for 6 weeks, that drives you bananas. Like, you're trying to
Yeah.
like get a needle and like stick it in there to like scratch it. Like, that would be the same with the mask. It would, over time, 50 years is a really, really long time. So,
Really
yeah,
long
for
time.
me, no brainer. I'm just going to take the wings, take the torture, and then just move on with my life.
And be done. Yeah, that's my answer too. Um, because I can't, it's really hard for me to do small annoyances.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
50 years feels like a long time. And I'd be
A
like
long
itching and
time.
you want to take it off and you can't. I would just really hate that.
Yep. No, not good. All right. Would you rather trek the 10,000 steps in House of Wind or climb Ramiel?
Okay, am I going up the stairs or down the stairs?
Oh, both. You have to do both. You
Oh,
just like
okay.
Nesta.
I
You got to do
see.
both.
Oh, this is hard. I feel like I'm gonna say climb Ramiel, even though it probably is harder, but
Mhm.
only because at least there's like a view. You know? Like
Exactly.
like, there's, like, something to, like, distract you from, like, just this physical labor, physical activity. With the stairs, it's like you're in a dark cell just winding and winding and winding. There's no view, there's no distractions.
No, and there's the nausea aspect as well of going
Yeah,
round and round in circles and just slowly getting super, super nauseous. Even though I quietly have this like desire in my head to see if I can do 10,000 steps on my stair
yeah,
trainer. Like when I go to the
yeah,
gym, I'm like seeing how
yeah.
many steps I do. And I'm like, in half an hour, I do like 2,000. And I'm like, right. So 4 times that, and I'd almost be at the 10,000. I'm like, could I do that? One day I'm totally gonna do that. I just like in
Have
real
you
life,
seen
I
people have been doing that on Instagram and, like,
really?
posting about it? Like, yes, I've seen, like, so many videos where people post, like, before and after, and they're like, "This was the worst decision I ever made."
I have to admit, I was kind of looking, I'm still a fair while away from 10,000 followers, but I was like, maybe for 10,000 followers, I should do a Nesta challenge of
Do
10,000
10,000
steps, but
steps.
it's going to take me about 3 hours on the bloody stair trainer. And
It's gonna
I don't
take
know if I want to commit to that just yet.
yeah. I
But
think I could go down the stairs. That's why I asked. I was like, 'cause if it's just down those stairs, I would do that over climbing Ramiel. Because I don't really get like motion sickness or nausea. Like I feel like it'd be hard, but it wouldn't be that hard. But if I have to go up and down, I'm doing
Mhm,
Ramiel because at least then I've got
mhm.
a view. It's snowy, I love the snow. So
Yeah. No, look, I would choose Ramiel as well. I think you've got the view. There's always a sense of achievement when you climb a mountain. I think even if it's really hard, you get to the top, you see that beautiful view, and it kind of makes it all worth it. Plus, once you reach the top, you just hit that top button at the very top, and then it like whisks you away to
whisk you
like
away,
the
potentially to the
thing.
river
So
house.
you don't have to go back down again. You just have to go up. Okay, it's super hard, and you don't have to deal with nausea, which I think is a big negative factor of the 10,000 steps to the House of
Mhm,
Wind. So I'm with you. I think
definitely.
Ramiel is the right choice. All right.
Okay, would you rather be besties with Juniper and Fury or be besties with Gwen and Emery?
Gwen and Emery.
Wow, you have that. I feel like that's a hard question for me, but you like knew it right
No,
away.
look, this is just, I'm so much more connected to the Acotar characters than the Crescent City characters. Yeah, Juniper and Fury are nice, but they're not Gwen and, Emery. Like, as I said, I want to be a Valkyrie with them. I want to fight with them
That's
and
true.
train with them and read with them and be in the House of Wind doing magical stuff. Like, whereas with Fury and Juniper, it's just like ballet and partying and going out. I don't know, it just doesn't have quite the
Well, and
same
you would be
magic.
like a third wheel, you know,
Yeah,
because they're like a couple, so you'd be a third wheel, and that would be weird all the time.
yeah, yeah. All right, how about you? What would you pick?
See, if it was just like Fury, I wanna be friends with Fury because even though she has a
Okay.
lot of secrets, she seems really cool and badass.
Mhm,
But I
mhm.
don't really know anything about Juniper, other than that
No.
she's a dancer. So,
Mhm.
like, I just don't have a sense of her personality. So I think I would pick Gwen and Emery, but it is a hard choice for me because I feel like if I, like, rank Fury, Gwen, and Emery, like, Fury's at the top,
I see,
but
yeah,
then
of
I just
course.
don't like Juniper as much. So I do think it's Gwen and Emery for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I'm still kind of annoyed with Juniper because you know how she really cracks it at Bryce because Bryce tries to help her get the lead in the ballet.
Yeah.
And she uses her name. She's like, I'm a princess, make my friends like the lead. And then they do. And then she absolutely cracks it and then won't talk to her or anything. And I get that she's angry and she wanted to earn it in her own right. And she doesn't like that Bryce stepped in, but I feel like she's been a little harsh there. You know, Bryce has tried to do the right thing. Maybe
Mhm.
didn't quite hit the mark when she did it, but I don't think, I guess I don't like a friend that doesn't talk about things. I think communication is really
Well,
important.
and it's
And
not like Juniper is not getting that spot because she doesn't deserve it. She's not getting
exactly.
that spot because she held the door
Mhm.
during the attack on Hell. Like, that's sort of
Yes.
implied, is that they aren't giving it to her because she was, like, trying to be a good person and hold open the door so more people could get to safety.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if she's being unfairly treated, then let's just unfairly promote her. I mean, like,
Exactly. Exactly.
whatever.
Bryce is just using her, you know, skills and power and, influence to support her friend. I mean, I don't know. I just think she should have been more appreciative. So that probably look, but that doesn't really have a huge impact. I just really like Gwen and Emery and the whole world of Akatar, and that's the world that I sort of want to be in. So that's why my decision is heavily influenced by that. All right.
Yeah.
Next question. Would you rather spend 24 hours in Urid or the Bone Quarter?
Ooh, this one's really
Ooh.
hard.
Equally evil and bad.
Equally
And
evil, equally risky. You know, I feel like I'm gonna go with the bone quarter
Mhm.
because I feel like that scene with the Kelpie is really freaking creepy to me. Like,
True.
it is
True.
creepy, it is scary, and I'm assuming that I'm still, like, my normal self, and so it's not like the it's not like the Reapers or anyone, they don't wanna eat my light, I don't have any magic, right? I have no first light, I'm just a measly old human, I can fly under the radar,
Yeah,
whereas I
I
feel
hear
like the
yeah, I get it.
Kelpie could
Mhm.
come after me, you know?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that's
Yep.
what I picked is the
So
bone quarter.
you feel that you'd be safer in the bone quarter because you have no magic and therefore nothing that they
Yeah,
really want. So they'll just leave you alone. You can just hide out for 24 hours
24
and then get
hours.
someone to get Tharian to come pick you up and take you back. Yep.
Exactly.
That's smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
So interesting. I would probably pick Urid because apart from questioning whether I might have Cassian or Azrael there to kind of like look after me, but I can
That's
just
true.
strap myself to a tree for 24 hours. Like if 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 Nesta hadn't got herself out of that tree, she might never have
That's
had
true.
that incident with the Kelpie. So
That's true.
I just feel like I could just tie myself to a tree and be there for
Bring a
24
book.
hours and then get myself out and I should hopefully be fine. But it's definitely hard. They're both pretty evil and equally like dangerous. So yeah, neither is good. But definitely I know what you're saying. That Kelpie incident was pretty scary. If that
Yeah.
happens, it was nice knowing you. Like
Yeah, I'm not helping you.
oh, awesome. All right, what's your next question for me?
Okay, would you rather see Nesta dance or see Bryce dance?
Ooh, oh, I think I would rather see Nesta dance because they talk about it like it's
Yeah.
almost like her magical power. So I just want to
Yeah.
see what that is like. Like Bryce is a
Yeah.
good dancer, but she's just like ballet, jazz. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's just kind of typical dancing. Whereas Nesta's dancing is meant to be like magical next level. So I just want to see what that's like. Like, I would just love to see that dance between her and Eris and then Cassian
Yes.
coming in. That would be so cool. That would have been so
Yeah.
awesome to see.
Yeah. That's probably my answer too. I'll be honest, that scene, like, it's one of those scenes where I'm, like, kinda rolling my eyes, like, I like it, I'm here for
Mhm,
it, I can suspend disbelief, but I'm also, like, in the back of my head, like, "Okay,"
mhm.
everyone's just, like, in love with her because she's dancing, but, maybe I need to see it to believe it.
I know, maybe she's pushing out, like, she's almost got a magic and she just brings
It's
people
like
into
yeah,
it.
she
Like,
has this, like,
she's
magic energy with dancing.
yeah, something that just gravitates people to her. I know, you kinda think in the real world, you're like, "Really? Would someone be that good at ballroom dancing that they would just stand out compared to everyone else?" But hey, who am I to judge? I would need to see it in real life. So there we go. There we go. All right,
Yeah.
that's my answer. All right, my next question is would you rather clean the House of Wind or Reese and Feyre's mansion? I couldn't remember what the name of it was. What's the name of it again?
The River House, the River
The River
House.
House. Yeah, the River House.
Um It would be really fun to clean the river house to be able to just, like, go through Reese and Favor's bedroom, like, what's in their bedroom, especially
Ooh,
as they're, like, a married couple.
do you want to know? Do you want to know? That's the question.
I think I do. On the other hand, you don't act I probably wouldn't actually have to work on the House of Wind. I could probably just be like, "Hey, house, can you clean for me?" And it'd be like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll just clean this all up for you."
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I guess I'll go with the House of Wind, but it's a close call for me.
Yeah. For me, it has to be the House of Wind because I don't actually think I'd have to do that much work. I agree. I think you could
Yeah.
just ask the house to clean and it would just do it for you. And then you could probably just lounge around in the library, get chocolate cake, and just be like, house, clean that bathroom, clean Nesta's bathroom now, rechange the bed sheets. Do this, do that.
Yeah, do
Like,
the
I just have
laundry.
my own personal housemaid. So I'm definitely choosing the House of Wind. I'm not for hard work. Yeah,
Yeah, especially cleaning hard work. I really
exactly.
hate to clean.
No,
Yeah.
no, not my favorite thing to do at all. All right.
Okay. Would you rather go through Bryce's ordeal where she has to defeat all these like demons of hell, make the drop, ascend with a spirit, which isn't supposed to be possible,
Yep.
or go through what I think is Nesta's ordeal, which is like climbing Ramiel, defeating all of those other Illyrians, then like keeping Cassian safe, killing Brialyn. Which of those two like horrific scenarios would you rather go through?
Oh my gosh, that's such a hard one. I thought for a minute you were gonna talk about going into the cauldron, like, and I was like, "Oh my god,
Oh god.
that would be so hard to pick because they are both so equally horrible." I ooh, I still feel like I would sit with the Ramiel, even though it's very dangerous, it's like adventurous. So I kind of like the idea of the
Mhm.
adventure aspect and testing your merits and your strength, and you come out feeling really satisfied, and you work together as a team. And I don't know, it's got a degree of structure around it, whereas Bryce's one, it was really like, it was chaos. It was chaos. There were demons running through the streets. She was in she was in like a tank at one stage in the water with that thing trying to attack her. And yeah, it just feels very chaotic and scary. And so I feel like Ramiel, and that is a little bit less awful. So that's what I'm going with.
And
How
see,
about you?
I feel like Bryce's ordeal is less awful,
Yep.
only because like she's so bad in such a badass way,
Mhm.
like overcomes it. Like I desperately want to take someone that is my enemy,
Mhm.
shoot them with a rifle, slice them in half, set them on fire, and then
Mhm.
vacuum up their ashes. You
Yes.
know, like that's a real way to be
That is
like, oh, I
awesome.
just owned you.
Yep.
So that seems awesome. And then like making the drop with like your best friend and like doing this thing that isn't supposed to be possible. Like
Oh, that's scary
I
though.
just
Like, she coulda got stuck there. Like, she could have just,
she
like,
could have.
never been able to manage to get back. Like,
Yeah.
super scary. I don't know, the drop sorta scares me. Like, it sounds kinda terrifying. Like, this thing that
Yeah.
they have to do, you know that you have to do it. It's like bungee jumping or something. It
But
feels
it
ugh.
also is like this like secret life test, you know, like to see how much power you have. And like, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe the like weird, like straight A student in me is like, ooh, a test. I can see
Yeah,
how much
yeah, I
power
wanna
I would
get an A+.
have.
I wanna get maximum
Yeah, I
power.
want to do good. But yeah, I think I would pick the Bryce's ordeal.
I
But I,
love
you
it.
know, and I it just seems like really, really hard and scary what
Mhm.
Nesta had to do. Like there's
Oh,
just like
definitely.
enemy after enemy after enemy, you know?
Yep.
And then
Mhm.
like as soon as it's over, then like her sister's dying. Like it's like, oh my gosh.
100%. And look, and I have to admit that very fight scene at the end where Nesta had to like fight them and then try and send off Gwyn and Emery to try and, get to the top of the mountain, that would be pretty full on. Like, would I
Yeah.
survive that? I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of strength and endurance you got to handle for a fair period of time. So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's a hard
Mhm.
choice. It's a hard choice. They're both
It's a hard
equally
choice.
unpleasant. This is just, I want to be back in the House of Wind, getting the house to do stuff for me. Like, I'm not about complexity, guys. I just like, yeah, maybe I'll just do the 10,000 steps. That's the peak of my, like, what I want to achieve in life.
And then eat some cake afterwards.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Nothing too, like, scary or strenuous. All right. Which female main character would you rather be? Bryce, Feyre, or Aelin?
Aelin. I would
Ooh.
wanna be Aelin. Aelin is my favorite, and even
Mhm,
though she, like, loses her power at the end or just has, like, an ember left is what they say,
mhm.
like, that's okay with me because, like, she's defeated all her enemies, she's this, like, worthy queen, she still has a super hot husband with lots of power, um, and she's just I don't know, I really like her, I really relate to her the most of all of them.
I
I
know.
like Feyre. Feyre annoys me a little bit sometimes, and then
Yes,
Bryce,
I
I
agree.
admire Bryce, I'm always like, "Oh my god, Bryce is such a badass,"
Mhm,
but
mhm.
she also I think she has some emotional healing to do, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't
Yeah,
trust people, she doesn't let them in,
maturity that she needs
she's
as
not there
well.
yet.
Mhm.
Yeah, and even though Aelin had some of that, like, I feel like by the end, she kinda got to the point where she could, like, mature, trust people. So, mine is
Oh,
Aelin.
Aelin is my favorite. She is my favorite FMC
Yeah.
of all time. She's strong, she's vulnerable, she's brave. She goes through so much. It still upsets me that she lost her power. Like, just that she only had
Yeah.
a little tiny bit left. I just feel like, can't she just have a bit more? Like, they could have taken like
A
half
little
of
bit
it so it wasn't
more.
overwhelming for her. But it would have been nice for her to still have been somewhat of a badass and still had tons of power, just because I loved Aelin as being really powerful. But I love Aelin. I love Aelin and Rowan. I do just want to be there as part of their story. I would love to be Aelin, even though I know she's gone through so much. As much as like Feyre's lifestyle is very nice. I mean, she's married to Rhys Sand. That's very nice. They live in their beautiful house of McMansion. I can't remember the name of it again. It's,
But they got to design
But this is
themselves,
this
like,
is
that's so great.
my only frustration with Court of Thorn and Roses is that everything is a bit too nice. Everything is a bit too not happy, but just everything's perfect. It's,
All the loose
Polaris
ends
is
tie up.
perfect, Resand is perfect. Like everyone's kind of beautiful and perfect. And I need a bit of grit. I need a bit of
Yeah.
not everything. I mean, with the exception of maybe Nesta. And that's almost why I connected to Nesta, because I could understand that she was feeling that frustration that everyone's a bit too perfect. And she stands out as the black sheep because everyone's so perfect. So I kind of that's why Aylin didn't quite feel that so much. He felt more like she was a real person to a degree with, she had her own sort of, she wasn't perfect, but she was who she was. She'd had this, really challenging upbringing, and it only made her stronger. And yeah, I just
Yeah.
feel more of a connection to her and Rowan and Throne of Glass. So she is definitely my choice too.
It's a good
Mm,
one.
mm,
Okay, this is my last question. I don't know how many more you have, but this
yeah,
is my
yeah, that's
last
pretty
one.
much my
This
last
is
two.
like classic would you rather question,
Yeah.
okay? Would you rather marry Reese or marry Cassian?
Oh, okay. No,
Who
no,
is gonna
this is
be
I was
your
like,
mate,
does this take
your
a second to
husband?
figure this out? Or is it just like, and I was like, no, this is clear as day for me. It is marry Cassian. I would pick
Really?
Cassian in a heartbeat. Yes, he's beautiful. I love Cassian. As much as Rhysand is hot and powerful and kind of your morally grey man, I love Cassian. His heart's on his sleeve. He's big, he's strong. He's a bit of a larrikin. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of,
Yeah.
that I might get angry and bite back or yeah, I love Cassian. He's so lovable and I don't know, he's just a keeper to me. He's a keeper. You keep
Yeah.
Cassian.
Yeah.
He's
I
beautiful.
love Cassian, I really do. I would have to
Ooh,
pick Reese
yes.
because so I feel like Reese is more like like has more intellect.
Mhm. Yeah.
And has like more of that like witty banter that comes with like intellect, whereas like I feel like Cassian is like sweet and lovable and wears his emotions on his sleeve, and it's not like he's like dumb or anything, but
No,
he's just
no.
not like
That next level.
that next level. And I feel like I want like that witty banter
I
inside of
need
my
that
head. You know what I mean?
intelligence.
Like, yes. Yeah. So I would pick Reese. Reese is my guy.
I
Though
don't
if
even
you add
care.
Rowan into the mix, that
Yeah.
changes things. But that's why I was like Reese or Cassian, you know?
Mhm, mhm. No, I'm totally fine. I mean, Cassian reads books. He reads books about war and stuff, like, so he's really into
Yeah,
that, and he's building himself up when it comes to intelligence, like, he's trying to kinda step
he is
away from just
trying
being
to
this
become like a courtier.
army
Yeah.
commander kind of thing, getting more into kind of, but he's such a his heart's on his sleeve. He's not about the politics and that where he doesn't show his true colors because he's just such a real person. And that's just
Yeah.
why I love him so much. So I don't want to change Cassian for the world. I love him as he is. I'm picking Cassian any day. All right, I have
Well,
one final question. One final
it's
one.
perfect because you can have Cassian and I can have Reese. And
And
we
we're
don't have
both
to fight over
happy.
them.
Happy
Yeah.
days. All right, awesome. One final question. Would you rather mind speak with Rune, but you can never meet him in real life, or see Rune in person, but you can never verbally talk to him?
How can I possibly answer this?
I
This
didn't
is
make
so
it
hard.
complicated.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Mind Speak
Mhm,
because he is that is where I personally like really fell in love with Rune
mhm.
as a character is when we started to see him mind speaking with Day.
Agreed.
Prior to that, like I liked Rune. I thought he was like a good brother, but he wasn't like that next level character for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And as much as like, he has like a very specific aesthetic that is not necessarily like my aesthetic that I go
Mhm.
for. And so like I don't necessarily need to see him in person as long as I can like talk to him and see him as like
Nice,
fiery knight or
nice.
whatever.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I know, it's super hard, and apart from teaching him how to, like, sign or something so that we could still communicate in real life if we can't talk to each other, I mean, it sounds like mind speaking's still pretty good. There's still a physical aspect. There's still some
Yeah.
things you can explore there. You can talk
Yeah.
to each other anytime, anywhere, like, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I agree. I felt like I wasn't super connected to Rune before he sort of started to communicate with Day because it's sort of, I know he did seem quite immature. He seemed quite immature, the way he lived his life. smoking his mirth root, living with his mates. It was sort of a very immature
Yeah.
lifestyle. Whereas since he's met Day, he has matured up. We're seeing a different side to him now. But then far out, he's meant to be really, really good looking because he literally, like she says that
He
Rhysand
looks
looks
just like
like Rune.
Rand.
So
Yeah.
it would be hard to say no to that. Hopefully he can still kind of visually see someone mind speaking. Hopefully. All right.
Yeah, maybe he was like hiding himself, but like maybe he could actually show himself mind speaking.
Yes.
I don't know.
All right. All right. Awesome. We have done so many questions. So let's move on to our next segment, which is our rapid fire questions. Have you got some rapid fire questions for me today?
I do, and I've had so much fun. So some of these are the same questions that you asked me last week. Not very many, just a couple. But it was just because it was like so torturous to have to answer them. So if you guys didn't listen to last week, Nicole did like rapid fire questions for me, and I had to like answer. It's just like yes or no, like one words. You can't give an explanation. You just have to answer it, and it's very hard. So are you ready for this?
And okay, wait. One more sip, just because I got to get my courage. All right, I'm ready. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Got this.
Will Rhys and Rune meet in CC3?
Yes.
Which couple will we get spice scenes from in CC3?
Oh, Bryce and Azriel. No idea.
Okay. Will Rhys still be annoying in CC3 like he is in Acotar?
Oh God, I hope not, but yes.
Will we get to meet Nyx, the little baby?
Yes, definitely.
Will Bryce visit Hell?
Yes.
Does Mor have a mate?
Yes.
Is Eris the new Rhysand, aka we think he's bad, but he's secretly good?
Yes.
Will Nesta be able to use the Dread Trove again now that she's lost some of her power?
Yes, because she still has power.
Will we see Ethan at all in CC3?
Ooh, yes.
Is Rune going to die?
No.
Okay, is Hunt going to die?
Sorry?
Is Hunt going to die?
Yes.
Oh, will Aelin, Feyre, Bryce, Nesta, and Elaine have a scene where they are all together?
Yes.
Does Elaine have secret powers that we haven't seen yet?
No.
Okay, and then last one. You have to do this fast. Screw, marry, kill. Rhys, Cassie, and Rowan.
Wait, Rhys, Cassie, and Rowan. Okay, Rhys, kill. Rowan, marry. Cassie, and screw. All right, there we go.
Okay, you did a pretty good job. It's like so hard to be like, oh yeah, I do think he's gonna die.
It's like I want to talk more. As you can tell, we're kind of talkers. Like we tend to want to like talk out our feelings, and so when I have to provide an answer, it's really hard to not give additional explanation why I feel a certain way.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I know. It was really fun for me last week, and it was really fun to think of the questions as well.
I love it.
I really like coming up with the questions to like be, to torture you. So
exactly. It's so fun. And it's curious to kind of see where people think it's going to go. It's going to be so interesting to start Crescent City 3 and see what theories we've got right and what theories we've got wrong. I don't even mind if most of my theories are incorrect. I just love coming up with them. And then if any of them are right, it's going to be super exciting. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Okay. So on to our next fun little trivia package, which is quotes that we have collected from our various Sarah J Maas books. So I believe you might have a few for me. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
And I have a few back for you.
Okay. And we're trying to see if the other person can guess who said the quote. So I tried to like trick you a little bit. Some of these I had to like look up because I didn't have all these quotes just top of mind. So I did some research. So you have to tell me if you know who said these things. So the first one, I'm giving you a pretty easy one, a pretty softball one, but it's still kind of hard. Okay. So, all right, this is the quote. Hell's armies shall strike at your command, Bryce Quinlan.
Apollyon?
No, it's Adis.
I knew it was going to be one of the princes. I know,
it's one of the princes, yeah, but that one is Adis.
Well, it's close. It's like
Yeah,
half
you were
a
really
point.
close.
All right.
Okay, maybe for this one, I'll do all my quotes and then you do all your
Okay.
quotes.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay, next one. You are my daughter. You were born of two mighty bloodlines. That strength flows through you, lives in you. You do not yield.
Uh oh, it sounds like Throne of Glass, I think. Uh, but hang on, someone's saying it to Aelin. It's about
Mhm.
Aelin. Hang on, now I'm trying to remember. Like, she didn't have a parent or anything. Wait, who would say that? I can't remember. Wait, tell it to me again. Say it to me again.
You are my daughter. You were born of two mighty bloodlines. That strength flows through you, lives in you. You do not yield.
So that's Aelin's mum. I think.
Yeah,
Does she
it
come
is.
to
It's
her?
Aelin's mom. It's Evelyn. She sort of says it to her in
A
like
dream, sort of like a
a
dream.
dream
I think
kind of
that
thing.
he's being
Yeah,
tortured.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
All right, I
You
got
got
it.
it. It's obviously tortured. Yeah. I
Nice.
really, and
Hey.
that's like the famous, like, the you do not yield. That one's like a
Mhm.
famous quote
Mhm.
from
Yeah,
there.
love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Next question. I love you. There is no limit to what I can give to you, no time I need. Even when this world is a forgotten whisper of dust between the stars, I will love you.
I'm gonna guess Resand.
No, it's Rowan.
I was tossing between the two of them. I was like, but we just had Thrown to Glass, and I was like, oh, you're probably gonna mix it up now. It's probably like I thought maybe Rowan, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go Resand. And they're both sort of likely to say something like that.
I know,
Okay.
right? But I picked that because I thought it was interesting that even in like Throne of Glass, they're talking about like the dust between the stars. Like that, I don't know, that sounds so Akatari, but it's actually Throne of Glassy.
So true, so true. Oh my god, I so hope Throne of Glass is in Crescent City 3. I just like I
Yeah,
need
I know.
all
Me
three
too. I
worlds
hope
to
so
come together
too.
so badly. Okay.
Okay, next one. This one, hopefully this one's easy, but I don't know. There are different kinds of darkness. There is the darkness that frightens, the darkness that is restful. There is the darkness of lovers and the darkness of assassins. It becomes what the bearer wishes it to be, needs it to be. It is not wholly bad or good.
Oh, where have I heard this one? Darkness. I don't think it was in Silver Flame because I just read that recently and I don't think I recall that being said, even though it sounds like something would be said to Nesta because her stuff is all about darkness. Resand? I don't know.
Yes, you got it. It
It
is
is
Sand. He's from
Resand,
the
yay! Well, I mean, he powers darkness, so that
His
makes
power
sense,
is
right?
night
Makes
and
sense.
darkness.
Woo.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, how many have I got so far? Have I got 2?
Uh,
2 or 3? I
two,
can't remember.
two. Yeah,
Okay,
you got two.
okay. Yeah. Doing well, guys.
Their
Doing
powers
well.
are like totally out of context, you know?
Mhm.
Okay, next one. You're the person I don't need to explain myself to, not when it matters. You see everything I am and you don't run away from it.
Ooh. I'm tossing like maybe Nesta, but maybe a Throne of Glass somewhere as well. Oh my gosh, can you repeat it again?
Yeah. You're the person who I don't need to explain myself to, not when it matters. You see everything I am and you don't run away from it.
Maybe it's Hunt. Is it Hunt?
You're really close. It's Bryce. Bryce is
Ah,
famous.
yes.
Yeah, like before they're even like at mates. That's from like CC1. So
Yes, yes. I felt like it was a throwback in my brain. I'm like, I've heard this. And the wording just sounded a little bit more modern, which is why I sort of flicked. First, I'm thinking
yeah,
Nesta, but
yeah,
then I was like, this sounds more modern. So I did go to Crescent City. I was close. I was close, guys.
yeah.
How many half
Really
points
close,
do I
really
have
close.
here? So many times I've just picked the wrong character, but in the right book. So
Yeah, right. That
half
and
a
that's
point.
really like that's the hardest part is figuring
Mhm,
out the book.
mhm. Yeah.
Okay. The great joy and honor of my life has been to know you.
Great job. My life has been to know you. That could be anyone. That could literally be anyone. Um,
Maybe I picked quotes that were too hard, but it was like they were either super obvious or super hard. There really wasn't
I
an in
agree.
between.
I agree. You're either saying a line that could be literally from anyone, or it can be like,
Yeah,
or it's really, really obvious, and it often will actually
yeah.
say something that's relevant to that actual book. So you're just like, is it a major character or a less major character?
A major character in a major moment.
Um, I have no idea. I'm just gonna like just throw someone out there and Feyre.
Right book, right couple. It's Reese when he's dying. He
Ah,
says it to Farrah. Yeah. It's like, okay, he doesn't say he loves her. He's just like, it's been a joy to know you. I'm like, I'm sorry, but if you're my mate and you're dying, you're not
I
saying it's
love
been a
you.
joy to know you. Like, what is that?
Nice to know you. Needs to be like my I will never leave you for the next 10,000 years. My soul
Yeah.
will forever
I will
be
be
merged with
bound.
yours.
Yeah.
Just know that I will live with you in body and soul, even if I'm not
Yeah.
presently here. That is what I require. Not nice to
Exactly.
know
For
you,
a character
Feyre.
who's
See ya.
often really good at saying those kinds of things. He really underdoes it in that moment.
He does. He does. All right.
Okay, next question. Tell me that even if I lead us all to ruin, we'll burn together.
I feel like that is Aelin or Rowan.
You got it. It's Aelin.
Yes.
I was like,
I
I'm not
wrote
gonna let
out
you
one
talk
that I
yourself out
hadn't
of
picked
the
which
answer.
one yet, but yes, I was going to pick Aelin. I was 100% going to pick Aelin.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not letting you talk yourself out of this answer.
No, I love it. I love it. Yeah, burning. I was like,
Okay.
burn together. I was like, that's got to be Aelin's power for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
That's the point of it, of life. To live, to love, knowing that it might all vanish tomorrow. It makes everything that much more precious.
Ooh. Hmm. Oh my gosh. I don't know. My brain's going to mush at this point. I'm like, which character is that? Resand.
It's Danica. That one's hard. That one's hard. That's
Oh.
Danica. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Yep. Yep.
Okay. This
I
is
like
my last one. Last
Okay.
one.
Yep.
This one's also hard.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to do just as bad. You remind me of the wind, powerful and able to cool or freeze with half a thought, shaping the world itself, though no one can see you.
I don't know. Is it Rowan?
It's Rune.
Rune. Rune. Beautiful Rune.
Yeah.
Yep. No, my brain was just like, I was just running out of ideas by the end. I'm just like, I do not know where this
I
belongs.
have no
I'm just
idea.
throwing a
Yeah.
name out there. I'm just like, when you've got multiple choice and you just choose C, I was just choosing C. I'm like,
You're just choosing
there's a
C.
50% chance it's just going to be Resand. So I'm just going to go with Resand. Like, I
Yeah.
just feel like that's a safe C option.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though it was hard to guess those, I will say it was so fun looking these quotes up. So I hope that the people listening were like, I really loved hearing those quotes because there's just so many sweet. That is the great thing about SJM is she just can really write a line, you know.
She really can. And look, so you've obviously gone and looked up quotes online, whereas I flipped my pages on my books to find them. So
Ooh.
mine could be easier, could be harder. I don't know. We're gonna see. They're probably not quite as meaningful as some of your quotes because
Okay.
I just
That's
was
good.
literally
It's good to
flipping through my
change it
book.
up.
Was
I'm
like,
glad we had
where's
different
a
kinds.
line that would kind of work that doesn't give away who it is, but also is slightly meaningful? And yeah, so it's not easy. It's not easy to find these lines, but let's see how you go. So they're generally all pretty main characters. So, okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we'll play later, Nesta Archeron.
That has to be Cassian.
It's Eris.
It's Aaron. I guess that makes sense. That totally makes sense. All right, starting off strong.
That was said in that moment when they're dancing in the night court and then Cassian's trying to take over, and that's what Eris says.
And that's what he says. That's a good thing to say.
Yeah,
That's
it's definitely a trick question. Definitely a trick. See, it's already hard. Okay. My shadows don't like the flames so much. My shadows don't like the flames so much.
Is that Rune?
Let
me change it.
It's Asriel.
What? It's Asriel. Oh, I remember that scene. Oh, man.
It's hard, isn't it? Sorry, mine are probably
really
harder
hard.
because I'm giving shorter answers. Like yours were a bit longer, maybe giving more indication of like where they came from the book, whereas mine's just like one sentence. Okay. Hello, Bryce Quinlan. My name is.
Resand.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And I literally couldn't put the last one in there because it literally gave away who it was. So I was like, dot, dot, dot.
Dot, dot, dot.
Okay. Your life is bound to mine. Your life is bound to mine. Tell me if you want a hint. Like
I
book
do want a
series.
hint.
All right, Crescent
Which
City.
series? Because I have, okay, it's Crescent City. Then I think it's Hunt.
Ooh, it's Rune. It's Rune
Oh
talking
my
today.
Have I gotten a single one right yet? I don't think I have. Oh, I got the hello, my name is Resand.
Yes,
Other
yes.
than that, I haven't
I'm
gotten it
probably
right.
giving
Okay.
really hard ones. This is harder than yours.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
It's fun.
Okay. Okay. The ones who told me the exact same thing to master my powers.
Will you say that again?
You're the one who told me they're the ones that told me the exact same thing to master my powers.
Is that Bryce?
Yes, it's Bryce.
Yeah, God.
Okay, hopefully this next one will be kind of easy, all right? How the fuck did we wind up in an airlock?
That's Hunt.
Yes,
That's
it
Hunt.
is.
I remember that scene. That's a great quote.
Okay. Okay. From the moment I met you, I wanted you more than reason.
Ooh.
Yes. From
Is
the
that
moment I
Hunt?
met you, I wanted you more than reason.
No, that's Cassian.
Oh, it's Nesta.
It's Nesta. Oh, I knew. I was like, wait, no, I think it's either Nesta or Cassian.
Yep. All right. Okay, final one. Then I'll beg you to ride me into oblivion.
That has to be Cassian.
Yes, it's Cassian.
I feel like my choice C was just always Cassian. I was like, that's Cassian. That's Cassian.
Yeah. Option C, Cassian. Yeah, so I think I got most of mine pretty much from Acotar Silver Flame or Crescent City. So I didn't like venture into Throne of Glass or anything like that. So that was kind of easier. But as I said, they were much shorter quotes and probably more difficult in that way. So
Yeah. No,
well
that was
done.
really fun.
All right, awesome. All right, on to our final game of the day. Final game. One last thing. What have we got? We've got screw, marry, kill. Screw, marry, kill.
I was trying to like shake it. I don't know if the microphone will actually pick up me shaking the number names. But so once again, we have our trusty Taylor Swift cup. I think this will become the Screw Mary Kill cup for all of time. And we've got some people in here. There are no dragons this time. So everyone in here is a human. I did not put any non-human entities.
Oh,
I guess
nice. There's no
none of them are
cereal.
human.
There's no cereal
Right,
or anything
no.
like that. I thought I might have had some difficult
They're
choices.
also they're not actually human, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Non-fey entities. Yeah.
Nice.
No dragons.
Awesome.
I did not put the cereal in there. I could have.
Yeah.
I was diabolical in other ways.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking forward to
diabolical
this.
in other ways. All right.
I love
First
it.
pairing
Mhm.
is Amryn, the Autumn King, and Therian.
Ooh, okay. Well, clearly I'm
What a
going to
choice.
kill off the Autumn King. There's no doubt about that. Oh, okay. I'm going to screw Amryn and I'm going to marry Tharian because, I mean, Tharian's pretty hot. He's,
Yeah.
he could mature up a little bit in certain ways because he's a bit like, I don't know, he just like goes and signs a blood right, like just hands his life over without even thinking about it. But, he could use someone mature like me to just steer him into calming down and thinking through more of his decisions. And yeah, Amryn, I'm just too scared of her to possibly be married to her. Like I would probably just want to screw her and then see you later, Amryn. Let's just be
Move
friends.
on.
Like
Yeah. I would answer the same way with the exception of if Amryn offers her hand in marriage to me, I am too afraid to turn it down. So if Amryn is like, let's get married, I'll be like, okay, I guess I'm marrying Amryn.
As I said that, I was like, but I do want to be on good terms with her after screwing her because if she is pissed off at me, I'm scared. And So, like, yeah, if she wants to marry me, I will probably just say yes out of fear. So,
Yeah.
whereas
Yeah. But Autumn
Darian's more
Queen, get
like,
out of here, Autumn Queen.
yeah, yeah, definitely. All right,
Okay.
and then the next
This
one.
is my pairing. Let me grab 3. Okay, my pairing is Elaine, Feyre, and Cassian. Ooh, this is tough. Elaine, Feyre,
Ooh.
and Cassian.
You're gonna
Okay, I
pick?
think I'm gonna kill Elaine. Sorry, but she's
Mm.
just so boring. Like, get a personality. I mean,
I
geez,
know.
so
I know
boring.
what
I
you're
hope
saying.
she like becomes more interesting,
I
but I
know.
just think
She's too
Elaine
soft
is
right
so
now. She
interesting.
just needs a bit more spunk and personality. We definitely need to see more of Elaine, but in interesting Elaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm really torn. I think I will screw Feyre and marry Cassian, which
Yes,
surprises me. But like, I want to be married to Cassian. He
of
seems
course.
so like so loyal. I mean, he'd
Mhm.
be a great one night stand, but be a better husband.
Oh, yeah, well, you know my pick because I am all for Cassian. I'd marry him even if there were other really good options available. Like, he's like my number one. So,
Yeah,
definitely I am marrying Cassian, and I agree. I think Feyre would be more interesting to sleep with. I mean, not that, sometimes looks can be fun. I mean, Elaine is super beautiful, and when it comes to a
that's
hookup,
true.
looks can be a big factor. So, I don't know, if I had enough alcohol on board, maybe I would go Elaine. I'm just going to flick it up for a change. I mean, Feyre has been annoying me a bit lately. So let's say kill Feyre, screw Elaine, and marry Cassian.
All right, I like it. Okay,
All right.
next pairing. You have Regulus, Bryce, and Rune.
All right. Well, if I have an opportunity to kill Regulus, I'm definitely
Really
taking
help
it.
everyone out.
So I'm definitely killing him just for the good of the realm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, who are my other two options? I just paid too much attention to that.
Yeah, Bryce and Rune.
Okay. Well, I'm a
Smart.
girl. I kind of bat a certain way, so I'm definitely just gonna screw Bryce because she'd be pretty fun. But I'm
Yeah.
definitely marrying Rune. I mean, hello, that is hot. He can
Yeah.
sweet talk me through my mind all he wants, and he looks like
Yeah.
Grease and like I'm all there. I'd maybe take out the piercing. That's not really my jam, but other than
No,
that,
me neither.
I'm all for Rune, 100%.
I would pick the same way as you. I would find it very frustrating to be married to Bryce because she keeps so many secrets. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I was married to Bryce and she was like, "Oh, by the way, I've known where this kid is all along," I would be pissed. I would be
Yeah.
so angry. So,
Yeah.
I would not be able to be married to her.
No, no, I agree. I agree.
Okay,
All right.
mine
What are
is
the
I
next
have
options?
Azriel,
Okay.
Eris, and
Ooh.
Hunt.
Ooh, that's a
This
hard
hard.
one.
This one's
Ooh.
hard. I do think I'll kill Eris. I actually do hope that he ends up being good, but like I don't really know if he is right now, so
Mhm.
sorry,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna kill you.
Yep.
Um, oh my god. I think that I this is hard because okay, a lot of people are super into Azriel, and I am just not. I am just not into
Yes.
Azriel. I have never found him interesting. Like I'm sure he will
No.
become so, but like
Bit more
I don't find
personality.
him that right now.
Mhm.
So I think I'll
Mhm.
have to screw him.
Okay.
Because at least, like, there's, like, some shadow powers going on, right?
Mhm.
Like, I
Mhm.
like a good shadow spicy scene, and then
Yep.
I'll marry Hunt.
Mhm.
Hunt would probably be a good spouse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He'd be like super reliable. He's like your ultimate boyfriend. Like he's just
Yeah,
nice guy, keep him around, good hearted. Could do with a little bit more. Like for me
yeah,
personally,
yeah,
yeah. Okay, my choices are gonna be. I'd also kill Eris because the other two options are just too good to pass up.
yeah.
I would screw Hunt and marry Az. And I'm similar to you that I also agree that I haven't seen enough of Az to be really into him. Right now, he's just kind of darkness in the background. He's quiet, but I
Yeah.
do think there's a lot more to Az than meets the eye. I do believe that he is actually very interesting, especially the bonus scenes, which I reread the other day because someone was talking about the bonus scenes with Az and
I have to
Elaine.
go
And I
reread
really
those.
wanted to
Yeah.
reread that, and you actually get more of an indication into him and who he is and the torture sort of he's been going through with his feelings towards Elaine and her having a mate, and that's probably only made him go withdraw more. I'm looking so forward to Crescent City 3 in the hope that we get so much more of Az and we get more of an indication of who he is as a person. I'm gonna look. I mean, also he's super, super hot. Like they say of the three, he's probably the best looking, and I do believe there's more than meets the eye with Az. So I'm gonna go Az because I think he'll be good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Agree to
Your
disagree.
next
That looks like I agree to disagree. He's not my
I
pick
agree to
me.
disagree. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay, interesting. You have Gwen, Emery, and Cormac.
Oh.
This is not a good pairing. This is a hard pairing.
Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna have to go with like least interesting to most interesting. I'm gonna kill. Oh, this feels really horrible. I don't want to kill any of these characters.
I know,
I'm
but
gonna
I also don't want to screw any of them. You know,
no.
it's like, what do you
I'm gonna
do here?
kill Emery because she's just the lowest
Yeah.
on the list. I'm going to. Oh, this is so hard. I'm gonna screw Gwyn and I'm gonna marry Cormac. I don't know why I'm marrying Cormac, but he's a fae and I think he's pretty good looking. And yeah, that. I don't have a good reason here. I'm just out of a bad bunch. I'm sort of like the others are friend zone for me. It's like friend zone. I mean, they're all friend zone,
We're
really.
all
I don't
friend
like
zone.
any of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just sort of going to go with Cormac because
Yeah.
he has a penis.
See, I would kill Emery. I think I would screw Cormac.
Okay.
You know, like maybe he could like teleport us or something
Yeah.
afterwards. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I would marry Gwen. I think Gwen, she's a great friend. She's been through a lot. She's pretty sassy by the end, and I love some sass.
Yep.
So,
I
that's what I'm gonna
agree.
choose.
You are so right. That should have been my pick as well. All I could think about was penis. And I was like, I can't have a life without it. So that's my choice. Whereas at least you're like,
happens,
oh, I want
folks.
an intelligent, loving relationship for the rest of my life. So I'm going to go Gwyn. It's a much smarter, better choice to go with.
This is what happens when we're an hour in and we've been drinking.
Yeah, we're drinking gin. It's like, this is what happens.
Okay. This is, I need to draw one more. So this is mine. Oh my God.
Oh.
Okay. I have Celestina, Nesta, and Hypaxia.
Ooh. Oh, okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to kill Celestina.
Yeah.
I like her
100%.
for sure, but I just don't know that much about her. You know what I mean?
She screwed them over. She screwed them over big time in Crescent City 2. So she pissed me off. So yeah, she's definitely dying in my books. For sure.
Yeah. I'm going to screw Hypaxia because she's a witch. You know, maybe she could make it interesting with her witch powers. And then I'm going to marry Nesta. Because again, if Nesta is agreeing to marry you, then you know that you've got someone in your corner, right? Like, once she's like on your team, she is on your team.
Oh yeah, and she's like badass. Like she's the kind of like she's like a wild cat. Like if she would protect her inner circle and then literally kill anyone that is not in that circle that comes near them. Like she has got your back big time.
Yeah,
I would pick exactly the same. I would definitely marry Nesta for sure because she's awesome. I love Nesta and she's
I really did not like Nesta at first. It really took the end of like Silver Flames for me to be like, okay, I like Nesta now.
Yeah, I think I could see the trauma and the complexity of her character before Silver Flame. So I believed that there was going to be more to her, but I love that we saw her full journey through Silver Flame. It really helped the world connect to Nesta. I truly did believe that she was coming. There was intentions and reasons behind why she had done what she'd done to that point, even though some things were really, really bad. It's nice to see that she's finally had that redemption arc and she's come out the other side. I love Nesta. I love Nesta. I'm marrying Nesta. Happy with that.
Yeah, she's a good choice. Okay, these are the last three.
Okay.
This one's gonna be too easy.
Oh,
I'm just gonna call it right now.
Okay.
All right, this is what you have. You have Jessica.
Okay.
Tamlin. and resand.
Oh. Okay. Well, Jessica, Tamlin, and everything. All right, I'm gonna kill Tamlin. He does not
Yeah, get
deserve
him
to live.
out of here.
I
Sorry.
mean,
And then you can go be the High Lady of the Supreme Court.
yes, exactly. I love it. All right, I've got my permission to kill Tamlin. Awesome. Probably the difficult one here is I'm thinking screw just Jasiba, but
Yeah.
I would be scared of her. Like if she offered her hand in marriage, she would turn me into like a toad or something if I pissed her
Yeah.
off. So I've got to kind of work my way here to let her know this is just for a good time, not a long time. We're just hooking up. This is nothing serious, just about like
Yeah.
I'm just use my body. That is all you need to do because I don't want to marry you and please don't turn me
Turn me
into
into
a toad.
anything.
And then I am marrying Resand. He can protect me from Jessica after I screwed her and she's pissed off at me.
Yeah.
Resand will get into her mind and protect me, and I will happily live forever after in the House of Wind with my magical housemaid and chocolate cake and Resand.
Yeah, that's exactly how I would pick as well. So
Mm-hmm.
that's it. That has been another
Yay!
edition of Screw Mary Kill. We'll have to do it again where we add in Throne of Glass characters.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, let us know, guys, if you want us to have any more particular segments or any particular characters in our Screw, Marry, Kill or rapid fire questions. Please let us know. We love to add anything additional in there as well. All right, guys,
Yeah.
that is all we have time for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please hit subscribe, like us, comment on our stories. We love to hear from you, and we will see you guys next time. Take care and enjoy the next Crescent City 3. Enjoy it. Devour it. I hope you're, exploding with theories. I hope we're not looking at blank walls, slowly broken. Have an amazing week ahead, guys. Bye.
Bye.